All right. I hope everybody can hear me now. Can everybody hear me? Please, if you can hear me, just confirm before I proceed.
Go on, boss.
All right then. All right then. So, welcome to this session on order blocks. Yeah, order blocks. Now, when we talk about uh demand and supply the other day, you would understand that I said demand and supply are places where there is high selling or buying pressure. But now we were not able to like discuss more on what are in those particular points, like those places we call demand and supply. Is there anything significant about them? So that is where we came to, or we are now in the aspect of order blocks. Now, what are order blocks? Order blocks are zones where buyers and sellers order are what are stacked on. Yeah, where buyers and sellers order are stacked on. Now, I want you to understand that this is where we'll be using the bullish and bearish engulfing candles. If you could recall, on the previous session, I was explaining a little bit on bullish and bearish engulfing candles. Now, the bearish engulfing candle is known as what? The bearish order block. While the bullish engulfing candle is known as the bullish order block. We actually have two types of order blocks, which is the bullish and bearish order block. Now, if you should take a look at this picture, can everybody see my screen? Can you see the picture I am displaying?
Yes, boss.
Okay, all right. This example is actually an example of what? Bearish order block. And what does a bearish order block do? The bearish order block is just more of what? A supply zone. Yeah, a supply zone. And now a bearish order block is formed with a what? With a bearish engulfing candle. You can see this picture that I am actually displaying on my screen. You can see that the bearish candle is actually engulfing the what? The bullish candle, and this makes it what? A bearish engulfing candle. When we are talking about the bullish engulfing candle, the bullish engulfing candle is what is talking about the bullish order block, and the bullish order block is formed with what? With a bullish engulfing candle. And you can see in this screen that the bullish candle is actually engulfing the bearish candle. And now the bullish order block is also known as what? Demand zone. Yeah, it's a form of what? Demand zone. Now moving on, we have laws that what? That guards or guides order blocks. Now when we are talking about laws that actually guides order blocks, we have three laws that guides order blocks. We have the first one, which states that an order block can what? Be respected. The second one is talking about an order block can be ignored. The third one is talking about an order block can be violated. You should take notes. The three rules is either an order block can be respected, ignored, or violated. Now, it simply states that a demand or supply zone can either be respected, ignored, or what? Violated. Now, when we are talking about an order block being respected, what does it mean? Now, let me quickly use this infographics, the one I started using. Now, this clear example, you can see with using this example of this bearish order block, you can see the lines I actually draw there. You can see that when that arrow tap into the bearish order block, price sold down. Now, this is an example of something being respected. Price went back into that order block and sold down. Price went into that supply and sold down. That is an example of what? Of an order block being what? Respected. Now, when we are talking about an order block being ignored, yeah, when we are talking about an order block being ignored, an order block being ignored actually means what? Actually means that price did not tap on that what? Price did not tap on that other block. It's just what? It did not come to that point. It just left before it got to what? That particular point. I would actually be showing an example immediately now. Now let's take for example this bullish order block. You can see that this display we have here on this bullish order block, price tapped into that box I marked and start pushing up. Now in the case of an order block being ignored, price won't actually tap into that bullish order block. Price might come very close to it or not even come to that point, and what, it will continue buying upward. And that is an example of what? An order block being ignored. Now, when we are talking about something being violated, it just means either an order block is what? Broken. It just means that when price is coming towards this order block, it does not respect it. Price just what? If price is selling down, more of like this one we see on this demand zone, price will just keep selling down. Price will pierce through it, it will destroy it, it will not work. More like a support zone. If you have a support zone and price was coming down, price is supposed to tap on that support zone and keep pushing up. But now price will refuse to what? To stop at that support or that supply or that other block. Price will just what? Will just enter that support zone and break into it. Yeah, and that is where we say an order block is violated, because that particular zone, it did not what? It did not work out. And that is the three laws guiding an order block. Now, during the course of the live session, we will be talking on what is it called? We'll be talking more on breaker blocks and source candles. Now, when we are talking about breaker blocks and source candles, breaker blocks simply means other blocks that are violated. Now, if you should recall what we were talking about on support and resistance, whereby we talked about break and retest, where support gets broken and turn into resistance, or resistance got broken and turn into support. Same thing happen with order block. When a bullish order block is being violated, it can still serve as what? A bearish order block, a zone where you sell from, more like a flip zone or a break and retest. And that is what breaker blocks is talking about. Breaker blocks are used to what? To sell down or buy what's it called, financial market instruments. It's just very simple. It's more of break and retest. Yeah. So everything we've talked about on support and resistance, supply and demand still applies to what? These other blocks. Now we have ways in which we can actually what? We can actually mark out these other blocks, and how we can be able to combine candles to form what? Other blocks. Now take a look at this picture here. You can see that now this particular green candle is actually engulfing the red candle. Now in a scenario whereby we have price not engulfing these red candles, can we still call it order block or a bullish order block? Yes, we can. Now when we have a scenario whereby three candles are formed together, now, when we, in the case whereby we have the first candle not engulfing the red candle, or not bigger than the red candle, we can combine three set of candles together to what? To actually form that particular what's it called? That other block. Now, quickly, let me share my screen. Let me go to my chart and show us some examples quickly. Let me show us some example quickly. Now, let's take for example, when we are talking about an order block being violated. An order block being violated, what does it mean? It just means, let's take for example, this is an order block, this point here. Let me just mark it as what? An order block. An order block. Now, this is an order block. This is supposed to be center. Yeah, this is an order block. And now what we expect is, this is a bullish order block, and we expect that when price moves upward, we're expecting that price would come down to what? To tap into this particular point and what? And push upward further. But now when price comes into this point, does something of this nature and breaks through it, this is what we call an order block being violated. Now let me quickly show us some examples on everything we've discussed so far. Very quick before we actually proceed, and I share some things with you before we actually go. Now, take for example, I said what's order blocks? They are just more of bullish and bearish engulfing candles. Right? Now, if you should take a look at this, let me show you some form of order blocks here. Now, look at this point. This particular point is an order block. Why is it an order block? Let me use my brush to actually identify it. You can actually see that the bullish candle, my blue candle is the bullish candle and the black candle is my bearish candle. Now at this point you can see that the blue candle is actually engulfing what? The black candle, and that is what? A bullish engulfing. Now you can see that at this point, let me show you an example. From this point, this is an order block, but now you can see that this order block was what? Was invalidated. Yes, it was invalidated. You can see that price actually came down. Instead of it to just tap into it, price took it out, and this means the order block was what? Invalidated. Now let me highlight it out. Invalidated. Now let me show you an example of an order block that was respected. Now take a look at this point. Look at this. This also is what? This is a bullish engulfing candle, which is the bullish order block. Let me quickly show you something. Let me pin this. Look at this. This is a bullish order block, and now you can see what happened. Price just literally came into this. Look at this. Price came into that point, tap on it, and what? And displaced further. See what happened. Price went as high as this. After the bullish engulfing was formed, price shoots like up. But at the long run, price came back into that point, tap on it, and what? And respected it. Now, when we are talking about an order block being ignored, what does it mean? What does it mean for an order block to what? To be ignored? Now take a look at this point here. This is an order block, a bearish order block. But now see what happened. Did price come into that point? No, price did not actually get into that point. Price literally came down into this point, but it was supposed to come back into this point. No, it did not. Rather, it came to this point and what? Sold down. And that is the three scenario of an order block being respected, ignored, and what? Invalidated. Those are what? The three scenarios. So there's no really big deals to what order blocks are, but when we have the live session, we are going to talk fully, and I'll be combining everything on supply and demand and joining it with order blocks, so you'll be able to understand them. I prefer introducing the concepts. After introducing the concepts or whatever it is to you, then we have the live sessions. It should be in a way that when we are talking about other things, you should be able to understand them, not that it would sound strange to you. Now, when we are meeting next, we'll be talking about demand and supply and other blocks. Yeah, I'll be sharing my screen. I'll be showing you how it works on chart. I'll be explaining the laws one more time. I'll be talking about breaker blocks and source candles. We'll be talking about combining of candles to form other blocks. Then we'll be talking about how you can mark other blocks, how you can use them to trade properly. And that is it. So this is where I'll be stopping for today. I don't know if